for watching County Report This Week. I'm Susan Kennedy. We begin this week with good news from the Council's Public Safety Committee. Pedestrian collisions have declined by 15% for the first 6 months of 2011. As Committee Chair Phil Andrews tells us, pedestrian fatalities in the county are also at an all-time low.
We've seen dramatic reductions in the number of pedestrian fatalities. We've only had 4 this year, which is 4 too many, but it's much better than previous years where we've averaged 15 or so. So we're doing much better there. And in terms of the number of collisions that pedestrians have with vehicles, that's down about 10–15%. And that's been going down steadily the last 3 years. And it's been down in all targeted areas where we've had higher incidents in the past, near schools also, and also where we have speed cameras. It slowed traffic down by about 5 miles an hour, and it's resulting in fewer collisions with pedestrians. So a lot of good results, and it's very encouraging to see.
November 8th, folks from the city of Rockville will go to the polls to elect a new mayor and council. Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer gives us all the details of this year's election day.
It's election season in Rockville, and it's your chance to decide your next mayor and council. Election day is Tuesday, November 8th. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. For a complete list of poll centers near you, go to rockvillemd.gov and search elections. In this year's Rockville election, 8 candidates are running for 4 seats for city council, and 2 candidates are vying for mayor. The 2011 candidates for mayor are Peter Gajewski and Phyllis Marcuccio. Candidates running for council include Les Francis, Richard Gottfried, John F. Hall Jr., Tom Moore, Bridget Donald Newton, Virginia Onley, Mark Pershela, and Dion Trahan. Rockville 11 will televise 3 candidate forums sponsored by citizen groups. And here's the schedule. On October 13th, the Fallsmead Homes Corporation will host their debate at 7 p.m. On October 25th, the League of Women Voters of Montgomery County, Maryland will host their debate at 7 p.m. And on October 27th, the West End Citizens Association will host their debate at 7 p.m. All debates will be taking place in the mayor and council chambers. Go online at rockvillemd.gov/election11 to learn more.
The city of Gaithersburg is also holding elections for a new council on November 8th. For more information on those candidates and where you can vote, visit gaithersburgmd.gov. Some programs that focus on youth and gang violence are being threatened as funding dries up. Officials have credited these programs with reducing crime in the county, but the question now is, where is the county going to find that money to sustain them? Here's Lorna Virgili with more. Lorna?
Susan, the county offers several positive youth development programs now. Some state and federal grants will expire next year. The challenge is to find new funding.
Montgomery County Police received funding to allow us to set up a criminal street gangs unit. So we have 2 sergeants and approximately 11 officers, a north end of the county and south end of the county unit. And these officers have been very effective in gang suppression and gang enforcement activities. They are involved in the prevention aspect as well, because once they come upon criminal gang activity, they can identify the individuals involved. They can make a determination whether some of these kids could benefit from special programs that are coordinated, run by Health and Human Services.
Montgomery County government has been pursuing a bike share program for the past 3 years. The county is currently awaiting the implementation of a bike share program that would include 200 bicycles at 20 locations across the county. Council members told us how these efforts are going and where some of these bike share stations will be located.
There's a lot of interest in Silver Spring and Bethesda. The real question will be, how do we pay for this stuff? They cost about $56,000 for each location, and what we were told the other day is that they really need about 10 locations for bikes to make the system work in any area. So of course money's at issue, and I'd like to think if we're going to go forward that we will start creating more visible bike lanes on the roadway system so people know where bicyclists know where they're safe and drivers know where they need to watch out. So we'll see.
The Chelsea School will leave their home in Silver Spring next year, and plans for that prime piece of real estate are still being sorted out. A local developer has purchased the school with the hopes of building 75 townhomes on the site. Council President Valerie Irvin brought us up to speed on this somewhat controversial issue.
The council voted to remand the whole issue back to the planning board because there were a lot of very, very complicated issues that we did not really think that we could resolve in today's hearing. So it's going to go back, and I think that community is going to end up with townhouses because they originally wanted to propose single-family houses. So they'll get townhouses. It just is a matter of how many, and the other issue has to do with historic preservation of a big building. It's a beautiful building. It's in my neighborhood, and how that will be worked out.
Still ahead on County Report this week, thousands of people turn out to check out some hot rods in Rockville. And the council receives a visit from a special breast cancer awareness advocate. Stay with us.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
RBIs and 36 homers. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it deep back into the stands.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to County Report. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and one man is doing his part to spread the word. Marshall Moneymaker is a firefighter in Montgomery County who lost 3 sisters to the disease. He appeared at the council building this week wearing pink from head to toe to help raise community awareness.
Pink is a color of awareness. It's designed to make people think, hey, I see a pink fireman or I see a pink ribbon. I need to get my mammogram. I need to get my regular screening. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. It's very important that they get those screenings. My sisters didn't do anything. They didn't even do self-breast exams. Early detections, those screenings, those mammograms have saved and will continue to save lots of lives.
Marshall told us it is that reaching out that helped him begin the healing process, and that he will continue doing what he is doing for the breast cancer community to make up for not being able to save his 3 sisters.
You know, as care providers and loved ones, I did personally, and I'm sure I can speak for them, didn't realize that I was broken, that I hurt. And it started the healing process, and that's how I got involved. And through that process, my cohorts, my fellow shift mates got me the gear as that awareness tool. So doing all this outreach, doing the pink t-shirts, it's not only helping the community, but it's also helping us heal as persons that have, you know, been there for someone that we've lost or someone going through the disease.
The Rockville Antique and Classic Car Show will celebrate its 50th anniversary this year. The annual event features 24 car clubs, more than 500 antique and class automobiles, including a race car display, and a flea market dedicated to cars. Held every year on the grounds of Glenview Mansion at Rockville Civic Center Park, the event is known as the premier non-judged auto show in the region. Rockville 11's Isaac Asari covered the event.
This is a 1970 front-engine dragster at Mabry. Junior fuel, runs 820, 160 miles an hour.
I bought it in 1967, paid $2,808 for it. It's made in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've had it ever since.
I can also tell you that this car just won the historic award at the Pebble Beach show.
This is a real thrill today, my goodness sakes. The car is a one-off car, only one ever built in the world like it. And it was built for Mrs. Cates in Youngstown, Ohio, who established just the way she wanted the car built.
This is magnificent. You couldn't ask for a better day either. This is just great. What an event. Beautiful. Good cars, great people. Nice town.
Montgomery County Police have made a breakthrough in a case they've been working on for several years, and Officer Rebecca Innocenti is here to tell us about how they did it. Rebecca, give us the details.
Thank you, Susan. On January 28, 2002, Montgomery County police officers responded to an office building on Fenton Street in Silver Spring for an assault that had occurred. Employees had arrived to their office early in the morning and discovered their 48-year-old female coworker lying unresponsive on the floor and suffering from blunt force trauma to her head. Now, she was transported to a local trauma center where she did survive from her injuries. While on scene, officers discovered that a burglary had also taken place. And employees did state that this female employee had told them that she might come to work on that Saturday to catch up on some of her work. Now, detectives collected evidence from that scene, and it included DNA that they believed to be from the suspect. They entered it into a national database, and in May of 2010, the police department was notified that the DNA taken from that crime scene had been matched to a suspect. And that suspect has been identified as Carol Richard Leach, age 70, of Northeast D.C.
Wow, that is fascinating. So what did police do from there?
Well, detectives did revisit the case. This was a 2002 case, looked at all the evidence, and on September 30th of this year, they served Mr. Leach with an arrest warrant for first-degree assault and second-degree burglary in connection with this case.
So he is in custody at this time?
That is correct.
Okay, great police work. Thank you very much. Officer Rebecca Innocenti, Montgomery County Police. All three Montgomery College fall sports teams are flying high this season. Here's MCTV's Michael Brown with a report.
This fall is shaping up as one of the most outstanding seasons in the long history of Montgomery College athletics, as women's soccer, men's soccer, and women's volleyball are all currently ranked in the national and Maryland JUCO top 10. Women's soccer under head coach Kelly Wakeman is ranked 4th in the NJCAA and 2nd in Maryland JUCO. This year's excellence continues a trend that began when Wakeman was hired a few years ago. But this season may be the most impressive in the Wakeman era because they're playing one of the toughest schedules in the country. And her team has responded to the challenge, beating several national powers along the way. Individually, the team dominates the Maryland JUCO stats with 4 players in the top 10 in scoring: Anna Bolanos, Barbara Monsky, Sonia Bosma, and Hiba El Kabli. And the Knights keeper Tiffany Wilson is ranked 2nd with a miserly .94 goals against average. The men's soccer team is keeping pace at number 7 in the national poll and 2nd in Maryland JUCO. Defense is always a strong point for head coach Steve Nakamura's teams, and this year is no exception. But the team's offense is much improved over last year, and that's been a difference maker. 3 Knights, Benjamin Aritri, Samir Dira, and Mamdou Nagan, are all ranked in the Maryland JUCO top 10 in scoring. And the Knights' always stingy defense is anchored by keeper Tim Ostermeyer, who's ranked number 8 in Maryland JUCO in goals against average. And the resurgence of the women's volleyball team continues under head coach Amir Mafinejad. This program has shown spectacular growth and is currently ranked 8th nationally and 2nd in Maryland JUCO. This is all the more impressive because this is a young team that graduated their core from last year's squad, which came in 6th in the country. They started the season by winning the Howard Invitational and haven't slowed down. Individually, they dominate the Maryland JUCO stat sheet. Tori Keno is 4th in hitting efficiency, 9th in digs, and 2nd in kills. Kelly Moskowitz ranks 8th in digs. Kim Lamb is 2nd in assists, and Dijona Cobbs is number 1 in blocks. And with the postseason fast approaching, all 3 teams look poised to make some serious noise in both Maryland and the national tournaments.
Still to come on County Report this week, Board of Education members reach out to the community to hear what residents value in their schools. And some county kids get a lesson in bike safety by using their imaginations. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, are you looking for a place to hang out on Friday nights? Then check out the Teen Escape Club. We meet once a month at the Youth Cafe, located at the East County Community Center in Silver Spring. So what goes on at the Teen Escape Club? Lots of cool things. TEC's programming team is made up of high school students, so you know it's what we like. Open mic nights, poetry slams, music performances, art contests, DJs, dancing, carnivals, video tournaments, an annual talent competition, and everybody's favorite, food! At TEC, you can also learn about applying to college or even perfect your writing skills at a spoken word expo. The Teen Escape Club meets throughout the school year. To find out the exact time and dates we meet, or if you want to become a member of the TEC programming team, go to montgomerycountymd.gov/rec. See you at TEC!
Welcome back to County Report this week. As the county school system begins its budgeting process, the Montgomery County Board of Education invites all stakeholders to provide feedback and direction on what they value about our schools. And that is exactly what community members did at the first two community conversation events.
We are very, very excited to have you here and to participate in what I hope will be a very rich and rewarding dialogue.
Parents, students, and community members from across the county participated in the Board of Education's Community Conversations event at Northwood High School. Attendees were asked to put themselves in the position of a board member as they discussed how the school system can maintain its commitment to excellence and equity during these challenging economic times.
This is really the moment to band together as educators, as parents, as students, the folks who work in the building, to really say, these are the pieces that we need to keep moving in the right direction.
Attendees worked in small groups to prioritize the importance of many school system programs, initiatives, and values.
We value the inclusion of special education students in the general education setting.
We value the different language immersion programs at the elementary school level.
And also the rigorous academic curriculum.
We value the people, staff, for making sure that the students get the best education as possible. They're very dedicated and amazing.
And also we value that the administration is open to new ideas.
Groups listed their priorities, which included class size, the arts, early education, technology, staff training, safety, and after-school programs. All the information from the event will be compiled into a comprehensive report which the board will use during this year's budget process.
This is a tool that really helps to give us some guidance, and we appreciate the opportunity to hear from community members and to get that guidance through their input.
It was a good opportunity to share and to participate. I really appreciate the fact that there were students here tonight.
In looking at the budget for the upcoming year, we're concerned about maintaining the success of the programs that are in place.
To attend the next Community Conversations event on October 27th at Watkins Mill High School, register by calling 301-279-3617.
This year's 2012 school budget was $17.4 million less than last year's budget, even with an increased enrollment of 3,400 students. And enrollment is only expected to grow. Forecasts predict another 8,000 students by 2016. There are a lot of planned activities available through the Montgomery County Department of Recreation. But sometimes when those activities don't go off as planned, imagination can be the best teacher of all. Linda Panagoulis is the director of the Montgomery County Community Recreation Center in Damascus. Linda was about to do something she loves, teach children bike safety. She and her staff started by giving the children biking tips.
Stop, show me a stop sign.
After the classroom lessons, it was time for Linda to give the children their helmets and bikes and go to the obstacle course. Then Linda got a phone call.
Oh no, where's the van at? Our trailer unfortunately has had a little bit of a mishap and won't be able to make it. We were going to have bicycles and helmets and signs and a video and all sorts of wonderful things for the kids.
No bikes, no class, right?
A little bit of news, the WABA van broke down.
Wrong. Linda didn't backpedal and rolled on.
If you would bear with us, what we're going to do is an imaginary bike rodeo. I want you to put your thinking helmets on right now and picture yourself on a bike. Okay, guys, you ready to use your imagination? Is your seat high enough? I think we got to lower yours. There we go. Put your helmet on. Is it on tight? Okay, we ready? Come on, let's go.
It's circle and control and balance. Make sure that he can go around in a circle without falling off his bike.
They need to be aware of their environment, first of all. They need to be aware of the traffic and the patterns of the traffic. They need to know their hand signals so that they can effectively tell other drivers what they're doing so they won't get hit by a car.
What's he doing wrong?
He's not signaling. I'm gonna get hit by a car.
Creating an awareness in the kids, even at a young age, that if you are out amongst traffic or are out even on your neighborhood sidewalks, that you actually take the time to look both ways. Stop it! Okay guys, what were your imaginary bikes like?
It looks like a chopper.
Mine had a goose on it.
We asked the kids what they learned today.
I have to wear a helmet and knee pads.
But I also learned our kids have a wonderful imagination and they can learn anything we teach them with a little bit of time and effort.
We can do it again another day though.
Yeah, with bikes.
If you like mystery solving with a comic twist, then you have to visit the Blair Mansion Mystery Dinner Theater in Silver Spring. Obi Wagobi got a peek at their latest production, The Legend of Creepy Hollow.
It was a dark and stormy night. Actually, it was a beautiful sunny day, but a murder is about to happen right here at the Mystery Theater at Blair Mansion. Let's check it out. Blair Mansion is the only murder dinner mystery theater in the Silver Spring, Washington, D.C. area. And for over 50 years, this restaurant has retained its historic past while serving as a landmark in Maryland.
Well, it started about 20 years ago, and it came from an idea in Boston. But in that idea, there was really a mystery, a kind of a drabby, really mystery, and we just progressed from that. People like to have a mystery, and they help to solve the mystery. But we developed the fun in it.
On Friday and Saturday evening and select Sunday afternoons, the Blair Mansion opens its doors to an interactive performance, blending a script with improvisation and input from the audience.
It's an interactive comic murder mystery. This one has a Halloween theme. We do change every 4 to 6 weeks. This one is The Legend of Creepy Hollow, and we have crammed as much Halloween stuff in as we can. There's a ghost, there's stories about witches, there's a curse, but it's all within the context of an interactive murder mystery.
But first, the guests are served one of the finest buffets, getting them ready to enjoy the show. And despite the tough economy, the restaurant has not seen a significant drop in their clientele.
I think that the economy is a little rough. It's rough on the a la carte part. A la carte means couples coming out for dinner, the midweek. Not the weekends, but the midweek.
And while the guests are still enjoying their dinner, the mystery begins. If you want something different at an affordable price, be sure to visit the Blair Mansion Mystery Dinner Theater. It'll be well worth it.
She's not breathing. I need to give her no.
Up next on County Report, Kathy Stanhope will be here with our Pet of the Week. But first, to rake or not to rake, we'll answer that question after this short break.
All three MC fall sports teams are enjoying terrific seasons. The women's soccer team, the men's soccer squad, and the women's volleyball team are all ranked in the national top 10. And players from all three teams are also ranked in the top 10 in several key statistical categories. 4 students from MC's Germantown campus recently traveled to Atlantic City to volunteer with Designing for Hope, an organization that provides dream bedrooms for critically ill children. They transformed empty rooms into beautiful spaces for the children to rest and recover. Mark your calendars for MC Germantown's new speaker series, Athenaeum Symposia, with nationally known speakers scheduled to discuss a variety of provocative topics. All lectures are in Globe Hall and free of charge. For more information about the endless possibilities at your community college, visit our website.
Welcome back. In this week's Clips and Tips from Brookside Gardens, Phil Normandy tells us the benefits of not raking your leaves in the fall.
Oh, hi. I'm Phil Normandy, Plant Collections Manager here at Brookside Gardens in Wheaton, Maryland. Fall's here, and you know what that means? Nope, not trick-or-treaters, not Halloween, but leaf season. Don't you love leaf season? Today I want to talk to you about an easier solution to that onerous task. Don't rake your leaves. Grind them up. This means running over them with a lawnmower many times until they are chopped very fine. So here's the results of our own mowing of our own leaves here at Brookside Gardens. It's not neat and tidy perhaps, but these leaves have been run over by a lawnmower a couple of times and chopped, and by next spring they'll be totally invisible. This will nourish the turf, cutting down on the use of fertilizers, and it will mean you don't have to pick anything up, put it at the curb, have it picked up, and most of all, it cuts down on your labor. It does mean that you have to mow several times over the season to chop them up, but you will find that you won't even see these by spring. This is just one of the many green practices that we are implementing here at Brookside Gardens.
In our Pet of the Week segment, Kathy Stanhope has a young puppy named Magic who might just be the perfect companion for you.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope with the Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society, and I'm here with Magic. Magic is a 1-year-old give-up. He's a very energetic little dog, as you can see. He is a Schnauzer poo. He's half miniature Schnauzer and half miniature poodle. He's a dark gray, and he's just adorable. He's so friendly. He does maybe use a little, he could use a little training. I'm told that he does like to counter surf, and he has a few puppyish traits, but he loves to be groomed. He loves to ride in the car. He loves everybody. He's a friendly little dude, very sturdy, very lively, and he's just a great pet. He likes people, he likes cats, he likes pretty much everybody who's around him. This little dog would be a good candidate for the foster program. If you're not looking to adopt right now, you might think about fostering. When you foster, we take care of the expenses, we help you find a home for the dog, we just have you take care of the dog, which gets the dogs out of the cage, which makes that particular dog very happy, and which also has the added benefit of making room for another dog that we could put in the cage here at the shelter. So if you do foster, you're actually saving 2 lives, the dog that you're fostering and the dog that you're making room for. So visit our little Magic here at the shelter or online at mchumane.org, or give us a call at 240-773-5967 and find out about adopting Magic or even fostering them.
And finally, Councilmember Nancy Florine has been chosen to chair the regional kickoff party for the Key to the Cure, a national 3-day shopping event designed to raise funds for cancer research and treatment. This area's event will be held at Saks Fifth Avenue in Chevy Chase.
Women, and in particular women in Montgomery County, are hit really hard by breast cancer. Right now, this week, Suburban is partnering with Saks Fifth Avenue to kick off really a national program of to raise money for women's cancer research. So they're having a big event this week. There's going to be lots of fun. I'm bringing a lot of breast cancer survivors from Rockville to come and enjoy the festivities and hopefully raise some dollars for what's a really important health initiative.
Well, that does it for this edition of County Report This Week. Be sure to tune in again next week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. Thanks for watching.